Hello, I'm Christopher Hellman with National Priorities Project, and the topic of today's budget brief is comparing federal budget plans. Every year as part of the annual budget process, the White House and Congress present their respective views about the federal budget. For the White House, this takes the form of its annual budget request. For the House and Senate, it takes the form of their respective budget resolutions. In addition, individual members of Congress or groups of members can present their own budget options. It's important to remember that the White House budget request is only a proposal. In no way does it limit Congress's ability to do his budget work, but it does provide the President the opportunity to present the administration's spending and policy priorities. The House and Senate budget resolutions set overall spending levels for funding categories like education, the environment, agriculture, and the military, which serve as a blueprint for Congress's budget work. Generally speaking, it does not set spending levels for specific federal programs. NPP helps you compare the various proposals with our publication, Competing Visions. We provide details about how each proposal addresses specific budget issues so you can determine which budget best meets your policy priorities. As part of the fiscal year 2014 budget analysis, we looked at the President's budget request, the House and Senate budget resolutions, and a budget alternative offered by the Congressional Progressive Caucus, or CPC. As an example of what you'll find in Competing Visions, let's look at how the four proposals look at funding for education. First, let's look at President Obama's fiscal year 2014 budget plan. He proposes universal access to pre-kindergarten education and expanded mandatory funding for Pell Grants. Next, let's look at GOP House Budget Committee Chair Paul Ryan's proposal. His plan freezes the maximum Pell Grant award for 10 years and makes fewer families eligible for student financial aid. Now let's look at Senate Democratic Budget Chair Patty Murray's proposal. She supports making college more affordable, but does not specify how. Finally, let's look at the option presented by the Congressional Progressive Caucus. It expands the total education budget and proposes $25 billion to hire teachers and modernize schools. So as you can see, these four budget options offer very different approaches to federal support for education. NPP's Competing Visions provide similar analysis about how these proposals address critical budget issues. Competing Visions looks at job creation, individual and corporate income taxes, Social Security and Medicare, and many others. For more information about which of these proposals best reflects your budget priorities, visit NPP's website at nationalpriorities.org and check out Competing Visions. And stay with us over the coming weeks and months as we follow the federal budget process.